3 weeks ago today, I said I was going to make a YouTube video. I had this crazy idea about how I'd come in with a skit and maybe like I'd sit down and it would be edited and all this other shit. And then I realized today it's been 3 weeks, like it's literally been 3 fucking weeks. And I'm not gonna motivationally talk or anything about procrastination, but one thing I feel like I do have is an interesting perspective. Procrastination is so dangerous because the, in the nature of the word itself, the task that you're trying to accomplish still gets done. Like you can put it off, you can wait, you can do it on the next day or even later after that because it still gets done. And I think that with procrastination being this thing that in our minds is only a temporary negative is what makes it so dangerous. One thing I struggle with a lot is I feel like I learn things really fast. So I'll take the time to not do things because I know that when I get into them, I'm gonna just, and that might be ego, that might be perspective, mindset, whatever you call it. But it really does kick me in the ass when it comes to getting things done and taking serious steps because what will happen is that I'll feel and think that I'm so adept or have this advantage and I'll put things off for 3 weeks or even a day or a few days or even the whole month, you know. And I know I'm not the only person that kind of deals or struggles with that. And I'm sure that other people have ways to get around it that help them function highly in society. That's not what this talk is, but I have a spider fish by the way. So just listen to the first YouTube video, who cares? But yeah, I think with procrastination being something that in our minds still gets done, it's so dangerous because one thing I have been learning and looking into a lot is just how our brains work and the science, I guess, behind the psychology of what our minds do for us. And I feel like with procrastination being this thing where, we can put it off, we can get it done, and then we still get the same chemicals in our brain. We still get the same happiness when we accomplish the task. We still get the same rush when we finally post that video that we've been putting on for. We finally get that work task done, or we finally talk to that girl that we really want to go after. And I think that it can very easily build a habit of procrastination. And I don't know how to fix that. So I hope you didn't click on this because that's what you wanted. It's more so just, I think the best thing about procrastination is being real with yourself. Because the only reason I'm sitting here trying to make this YouTube video is because I realized that I would have never made that skit. I would have never done any of that. Not just because it was hard or it would have been, could have took me 30 minutes. But that was what I was telling myself because I didn't want to do it now. And I don't know if that makes sense, but obviously this isn't a skit. Obviously this isn't, I don't even know what type of content we're gonna make or do, but my main point is we did it now. So the procrastination is over. I feel like there's this bog in our mind where we feel like we can procrastinate until we get things done, but that's not real. Like that's the whole thing of procrastination. And one thing I see a lot and hear a lot from a lot of influential rich people is if you can get it done in 2 minutes, do it now. And that sounds so easy, right? It sounds like, yeah, if you can take the trash out right now, just do it. Like, bro, my fucking foot hurts, or I'm tired, or I had a long day at work, whatever. You can make excuses for yourself. But at the same time, I think one thing I mentioned earlier, perspective, is you can also make the excuse for yourself to do things. And I think with procrastination, the best way to get over certain things, one thing also I just recently I'm trying to stop smoking weed completely. I'm kind of like getting my shit together. Not just because I have to, like I'm a high functioning stoner, don't get me wrong, like I can do my thing, but I feel like for the path that I want and what I need in my life, it's something that I could cut out for a little bit and use the energy that I would use towards it for better things. If that kind of makes sense. Like I'll still have fun here and there, but more so like I want to be more locked in than kind of chilling. And I feel like we're in the middle right now. And I think that's in big part due to procrastination because with business, I'm not gonna get too specific so that everybody can relate, but with business, I feel like what I mentioned earlier, being prolific or being adept at doing certain things, you end up procrastinating extremely more frequently than other people, I think, because it's almost as if like I know I can catch up, right? But then the thing that happens is this kind of perpetual loop where I'll do something amazing, I'll have a great week at work, whatever, and then I'll just procrastinate because I know I can do it again. It's not really like I don't like the challenge, or it's not like I'm not enjoying myself, but it's like this concept in my mind that things will still get done. But in the nature of the word procrastination, things will still get done. And that's why I think that you have to cut procrastination out completely. Like you can't not do things immediately. There's no in between because there is no in between. The procrastination is the in between. And I mentioned earlier the 2 minute rule. If you can get it done in 2 minutes, that's not necessarily supposed to be like some mantra for life or some way that you live your life. But I feel like with the 2 minute rule, the way I look at that is if I can start it now, I get it done now. Like if I can start something now, I'll get into it enough where I can flow and figure the rest out, even if I have no plan, no nothing. Kind of like this. I didn't know really what I wanted to talk about. Didn't know what the fuck I was gonna say in this YouTube video. I just know I have to stop procrastinating and fucking waiting because it's been 3 weeks. And whatever it might be in your life, that it's been 3 weeks or it's been one, it's been two, it's been a day. I think that the most helpful thing is the most hurtful thing. Not to think about, what if I got it done? Because that's so dreamy and it's so easy to sit there in that situation and feel those feelings and stay there because your brain is still releasing the same chemicals when you're thinking about succeeding, even when you're not. So I think that what you should do is feel the pain. What happens if I don't make this YouTube video? What happens if I don't ask this girl out? What if I don't try to talk to my boss about a promotion? What if I don't go for this or that? What if I don't make that page? What if I don't start that business? And as easy as it sounds to tell you that, to go do that right now, I'm not going to wake up magically and just do everything that I didn't want to procrastinate about. But I think it, like everything else, is a habit, and the easiest way to break habits is to break them systematically, like step by step, on top of them, and worry about the outcome. So, like the next time you procrastinate, don't think, okay, fuck, well, I can get it done later. It's okay, because I'm still going to get this done, and I'm still going to hit my deadline, still going to get that paper in before the professor grades his work. Don't think about it like that. Because then you have time, then you have a fluff, then you have a buffer, then the world is waiting on you because it's gonna happen. Think about it, how if you didn't turn that paper in, how would it affect your grades? If you just didn't do it right now. Think about how if you didn't ask that girl out, maybe somebody else talks to her. She's gonna be taken for the rest of the semester, or the whole rest of the time you're working together with her, or maybe it's that business. What if you don't start it and you just stay in your income class for the rest of your life? And I think those things hurt a lot more. And I'm not going to say that those chemicals feel better in your brain, but they definitely can help you motivate to move in the right direction and try to do the right thing. So that's how I feel as procrastination from a professional procrastinator. And hopefully I can do this tomorrow and we don't procrastinate. Because another thing that I do want to talk about is consistency, but I need to go to fucking sleep. It's 1 a.m. I got it done. I don't really think I'm gonna edit this. We're gonna fade this bitch in black in the beginning, and hopefully next video we'll have a little outro or something. But just remember, don't procrastinate. Trust yourself when you know that you can get it done. Take the step to start. Don't take the step to get it done, because it's a really big step. But take the step to start. I'm out.